back. You're not sick of me yet? You will be in another 2 minutes. I mentioned the radio test and this notion that startups shouldn't make up meaningless names just for the sake of getting a certain extension. And we'll play a little game as soon as it loads. And how many of you remember the match game? Years ago. So this is called domain name match game. Okay, this is pretty simple. Should be fun. Let's play a game. Okay. So domain name match game. Really simple. You have to guess what it means. I'm going to tell you a domain name. I'm going to tell you a domain name, and you have to guess what their business is. I'm going to make it easy. It'll be multiple choice. And just to say, for the record, these are all real startups. They're all from the Y Combinator group of companies. And I picked Y Combinator somewhat deliberately because a few years ago, the founder of Y Combinator, Paul Graham, wrote a blog post that basically said if you're a startup and you don't own the .com for your name, you should change your name. And I thought that was funny because Y Combinator as an incubator had a very successful, one of its most successful exits with a company called Twitch, which they sold to Amazon for I think $780 million or something along those lines. And of course, at the time that they made that transaction, Twitch's domain name was twitch.tv. It was not a .com. So I thought that was funny, so I picked names from Y Combinator. So we only have a few names, it'll go quickly, and again, it's multiple choice, so it'll be easy. So first one is bloomjoy.com. Bloomjoy.com. So raise your hand, well, I'll ask you afterwards. So is bloomjoy.com a peer-to-peer streetwear marketplace? Is it recreating social networks for brands? Is it Associated Press for lifestyle content? Or is it an API for dental insurance? I don't even remember what the answer is, so we'll go. Who thinks it's a peer-to-peer streetwear marketplace? Bloomjoy.com. Nobody. Okay? Who thinks, and no cheating, no looking it up on your phones. Who thinks it's recreating social networks for brands? Okay, we got a handful of people who think that. Actually, a good number of you think that. Who thinks it's Associated Press for lifestyle content? Okay, about similar number to the previous one. And who thinks it's an API for dental insurance? All right, we got some people there. So as you can see, there's no clear winner. It's spread out all over the place. So what is bloomjoy.com? Bloomjoy.com is Associated Press for lifestyle content. A few of you got it right. That's a good start. But no clear winner amongst the choices. So now it's going to get easier because there's only 3 choices left. So the next name. Sobump.com. Sobump. So what is Sobump.com? Is it a peer-to-peer streetwear marketplace, recreating social networks for brands, or an API for dental insurance? Who thinks it's number 1, a peer-to-peer streetwear marketplace? Okay, a few people. 7 or 8 people there. Who thinks it's, whoops, I gave it away, don't look. soon, so I didn't give the rest of you a chance to vote, but it is a peer-to-peer streetwear marketplace. Okay. And the real name is Bump, right? The company's called Bump, but they call it SoBump.com. All right, we'll try another one. I'll be better with the, I think this one controls. Okay. Here's another one. Again, it's going to be real easy now because there's only 2 choices left. So the name is Wonderful.co, wonderful spelled O-N-E-D-E-R-F-U-L. Why? I don't know, but it's Wonderful.co. Is Wonderful.co recreating social networks for brands or an API for dental insurance? Who thinks it's recreating networks for social brands? Okay, we've got a bunch of people there. And who thinks it is an API for dental insurance? Okay, it's kind of somewhat split. No, it definitely doesn't pass the radio test. Somewhat split. So what is Wonderful.co? It's an API for dental insurance. Why? Because when I think of the dentist, I think of wonderful, spelled O-N-E-D-O-R-F-U-L. Wonderful.co. Beautiful. On the last one, so we have one thing left, recreating social networks for brands, so I'm going to do it a little differently. I'll give you 3 names, and we have to guess which of those 3 names matches recreating social networks for brands. So the first name is Zyper or Zipper.com, depending on how you pronounce it. The second name is Hayabi or Hi-Abe. I'll go with Hi-Abe because Hayabi, I don't know. Hi-Abe.com. And the third name is Kobo360.com. So one of these is recreating social networks for brands. Who thinks it is Zipper.com? Okay, a few people. Who thinks it is Hi-Abe.com? Okay, less people, but a couple. And who thinks it's Kobo360.com? All right, so more people I think it's Kobo360. So which one is recreating social networks for brands? It is Zipper.com. Zyper, Zipper, whatever. Zipper, Zyper. So what's interesting about this, and that's the game right there. Congratulations to those who won. As you can see, there was no clear, obvious winner in each of these cases, but there could have been, because when you look at all the available extensions, these companies could have made these choices, right? And I checked. All of these meaningful, memorable, and relevant names would have been available for these startups, right? Zipper, the social network for brands, could have been Zipper.social. So even if you didn't know what Zipper meant, you'd immediately know that they're doing something in the social space, right? That name's available, they could have it. API for dental insurance, right? Our friends at Wonderful. Well, first of all, with all these extensions, they probably could have got a name with Wonderful spelled W-O-N-D-R-F-U-L properly. But even so, there's actually a .dental. So if they're going to have a word that has nothing to do with dentistry, and they're in the dentist space, why not use .dental? So at least you would know right off the bat, Wonderful.dental, I think all of you would have guessed that that was the API for dental insurance, right? So that's available too for them. Bump, which was using SoBump.com. Of course, they could have gotten many extensions with Bump. They are a streetwear marketplace, so it's in the clothing space. There's a .clothing, so they could have been Bump.clothing. Again, if they were Bump.clothing, 100% of you would have guessed which one was doing the streetwear, right? And the last one, Bloomjoy, Associated Press for lifestyle content. They have lots of choices because, of course, we have a .press and we have a .news. So they could have been Bloomjoy.press or Bloomjoy.news. So all of these names, I think, would have made it much easier for you to understand, and not just for you, but for anyone else who sees or hears their name, they'd have a much clearer understanding of what these companies are trying to do. So that's the domain name match game. I hope you enjoyed playing. Thank you for participating. That was very fun. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you. Okay, now.